To you, welcome back to the New York live trading room, the Tier 1 Trading New York live trading room. How's everyone doing today? Good. Awesome. If you guys are brand new, what we do here is we go through the markets, we look for trading opportunities. We also make it an educational place as well. So we're answering questions for traders that we're working with, whether it's something about technical analysis, fundamental analysis, anything that has to do with trading, back testing, trading psychology. And we really make this kind of like a gym session where it's a place where you come in each and every day, you put in some work, and hopefully you leave a little bit better, you leave a little bit stronger than when you came in. We also live stream the first trade breakdown on social media. So if you guys are watching over on social media, thank you for checking us out. I hope you enjoyed. Do me a favor, hit that like button before you leave just to show your appreciation. And we'll come back in and do this Wednesday and Thursday as well. I had a good one, Orsi. I had a good one. I'm back in my busy season officially. So my down season is done, so I'm oddly excited because I like being busy. It gives me purpose. Everything kicks up again. All right, so let's kick off today. We got a few economic events that are happening, not necessarily now, but in the future. You know, the market does tend to care about the future. We have a New Zealand rate hike later on today or tonight. And I don't know if you guys heard the coffee break episode that Jason and I did last Wednesday, where we talked about news and trading news and what news to avoid and all that fun stuff. Jason mentioned that one of the news events that he fears, and I fear these news events as well, are the high impact Asia session releases. These are the releases that come out during the Asian session of the market. There is typically the lowest liquidity during this time in the market, right? New York is fast asleep. UK has not quite waken up yet, kind of getting there perhaps. So when you see big news events come out during these times, you can really see some outrageous moves in the market. And we know that rate hikes and rate cuts, interest rate decisions are the biggest movers in the market already. So we have one of those in a low liquidity environment, which could cause some drama on the chart. So I say that because you should be aware if you have any pending orders on any positions on the Kiwi, any positions on the Aussie. You should be aware if you are in any trades to make sure they are managed correctly prior to the news event, or maybe you even want to set an alarm to wake up prior to the news event just to kind of watch it live and make sure nothing funny happens. And again, it's not the rate hike. We know that the rate hike is happening. That is, irrelevant. If you've been following me for a while, you know it's not the now, but it's the what that matters most. The market is looking forward to the future guidance. What is going to happen next? Are we still going to continue our path of hiking, or are we going to slow down? And that ties into, especially with China cutting yesterday, I believe it was, which was surprising. And that goes right into what we're looking for tomorrow as well. So tomorrow is the big one in the US, right? Again, we're in the same situation. This is a very interesting summer because it's summer. Everything wants to be slow, but we're in a highly fundamental driven market right now. So each news event is important. So you got important stuff happening in a slow market. That's why we're seeing all this stop and go traffic, as I call it, in the markets, where we get these really busy days and then we do nothing for a few days, and we get these really busy days, and it's really frustrating to be a trader. But tomorrow we have our FOMC minutes, right? So again, the minutes are going to come out. It's going to give you an inside look of what our FOMC members have been saying, what they have been talking about, what their opinions are going forward with tightening, with hiking, it's a mess. The market is looking forward to these minutes to see, or to make their best bet on what the future holds. So two pretty significant news events coming out there. Obviously, there's other stuff splattered amongst it as well, but these are the two big boys. So we're going to get started today with some analysis on Aussie Dollar. And this is a follow-up on some analysis that we did in this weekend's Trading Edge video. So hopefully you saw the Trading Edge video. If not, shame on you, right? How dare you miss it? If not, I'm going to recap it for you anyway. Aussie Dollar, give me a second. There we go. That's something caught in the mouth, a little leftover cereal in there, right? Aussie Dollar is an interesting situation, right? Who remembers what we have setting up here on the Aussie Dollar on the daily bigger picture? I'll make my life a little bit easier and do this. Go to my Ninja Trader chart and draw this bad boy on. But who remembers what we have setting up here? Oh no, close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Too late, it's there. All right. So we had a few things setting up on the Aussie Dollar, right? On the daily, we had a potential bear cipher, right? You can see it. I spoiled it for you. But we had a decompletion right up here. We have a potential decompletion right up here at 71.53s. And we know that that completion zone goes all the way to our X leg, which is up at 72.81. We also had a head and shoulders pattern down here as well, right? We had our left shoulder, boom. We have our head extending down, boom. We have our right shoulder right here, boom. And of course, we had our neckline. I'll just move this line right back up. Horizontal neckline right there, or slanted neckline as well. So we had that bigger picture. As we went down to the 240, again, this is review. We saw, and Mario says, continuation trade and then structured trade and then pattern and pattern completion. We saw this formation up here, right? And we talked about this a little bit, right? We talked about rising wedges and rising channels and what those simple pattern formation means, or what those simple pattern formations mean. And who can tell me what they mean? What clue do they give us about the market? Or what do they tell us about the market? And what can we expect from them? Loss of momentum, correct. Loss of momentum is what they tell us, right? The market is slowing down. We are still working in that said direction, but we've kind of eased off the gas. We're not working in that direction as hard, as much. And what we would expect is a loss of, or a little bit of relief. Again, think about it like throwing a ball into the air. When the ball leaves your hand, it has the most power behind it, thrust up into the air pretty high. Eventually, it kind of gets to its apex or closest to its apex, and then it kind of eases off and starts going in the opposite direction. Same thing with the market. So we had this rising channel here as well. We talked about a few different ways to trade this, right? We would expect relief from this, which you can see we got right away. We broke out to the downside. That relief can also give you a buying opportunity into that head and shoulders, right? That little pullback trade. And that's what we're getting right now. Now, you can also see that after our initial really too strong bearish candle breakout, maybe we'll give it 2.5. The one at the bottom is not too bad. What did we then start seeing in the market once again? I sip some of my tea here. What did we see after the initial breakout? Nope, that initial breakout is going to be our pullback, right? So this is a pullback, yes. But what did we see after the pullback, right? We've got this strong breakout. And then we have, a falling channel. Another period of loss of momentum. Basically the same thing we saw to the upside, just flipped, right? Can you guys see that? Look at the slope right here. 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 Same thing, a period of relief. And just like before, from this period of relief, what you would expect is another period of relief, but this time in the opposite direction. However, the big difference is, keep in mind, the opposite direction is the main direction that we're expecting price to go in because of the retest of that head and shoulders. Does that make sense? So the first one, and this is where, if you guys are new, we talk a lot here at Tier 1 about, really, I hate the terms counter trend and trend continuation because, I used to love them all the time. Hold on, I got a cameo on my little kid. Hey, buddy. Okay, he's gone. He heard about the trading opportunity, wanted to break in. But the terms trend continuation and counter trend are, I understand they're needed for explanations, but they're really not relevant because it's all about perspective. Like, what is continuation? What is counter trend? It all depends on your perspective of the market. Your perspective of the market changes based on your time frames, right? So there's no such thing as really a bullish trend. There's only a bullish trend on the hourly time frame versus blah, 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 blah. So we look at something like this, and this first one would be looked at as more so of a counter trend move, right? Because we're looking at a bullish move. Our prediction is a bullish move. And this rising channel, we're expecting a bearish break. So it's opposite to the underlying trend. This one, right, it's still kind of a counter trend scenario because price is going down and you're looking to trade it up, but it's in line with the underlying trend, which can make it a trend continuation. Now, again, it doesn't really matter if what you call it or what you label it. What matters most is if you know what it is. First time viewer, Universal Mar. Awesome. Great to have you here, man. You'll find lots and lots of content on the YouTube channel. Trust me, lots and lots of too much, 10 years worth of content or something like that. But yeah, so this can be used as a entry into that bigger continuation trade. This can be used as an entry into a pullback into that head and shoulders trade. And again, looking to ride this thing up. Now, the only thing that you need to pay attention to or need to be aware of, and we mentioned it this morning, what is that? What is the one thing that may be a concern of yours or that you need to be aware of? Yep. The high impact news, right? And again, the high impact news is technically on New Zealand, but New Zealand and Aussie have been, they are, I hate using the word correlated because you know how I feel like that, but they are moving exactly the same right now. And typically when a news event comes out for one, it does affect the other. So you need to pay attention to that. But aside from that, nice call over the weekend. Nice breakout on that rising channel. We've now got the opposite of that, a falling channel. We're expecting a bullish break out of that as well. Any questions about the Aussie dollar before we head over to our next pair, social media, before I let you guys go? By the way, if you don't see it at the bottom of your screen for you guys watching on social media, that Bridging the Gap workshop we did, that 2-week free online trading workshop we did over the past 2 weeks, the full recordings are still available if you want to check them out. They are just going away on August 20th. So you have 4 days to watch 14 days worth of content. I would advise getting on it right now. But any questions on Aussie? New Zealand dollar is basically doing the same thing, right? If you guys remember, it was a replica. It's not as clean as Aussie. Aussie was a better example. If you look at New Zealand dollar, same thing, right? We don't have the same falling channel, which is why I chose to go for the Aussie versus the Kiwi, but very, very similar here. Only difference was, again, this one hit the cipher with the rising channel, which was gold, combining a simple and an advanced pattern formation together, and put it on a very nice rollover going towards target 1 right now. Awesome. All right, YouTubers, kicking you out. Please do me a favor, hit that like button on the way out. Leave any comments if you have any questions. I will go through all of them, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, again, 7:30 a.m. New York time for the live stream. Live room members, if there's a place you want to head to next, let me know. If not, we're just going to go right through the list because all of the moves happened, believe it or not, yesterday, Sunday and Monday, which are typically the the more muted days in the market, most of our moves happen on Sunday.